Hi, everybody. This is Donna Anderson, author of lovefraud.com. And today I'm with Mandy Friedman. Mandy is a licensed professional clinical counselor, and she's going to be presenting our new webinar, which is called Overcoming Shame, How to Feel Worthy of Love and Respect. So welcome, Mandy. It's so good to talk to you again.
Thanks, Donna. It's good to be back.
Okay, so let's get right into it. What are some of the ways in which abusers shame their victims?
Okay, so abusers shame their victims by bullying and belittling in ways that can be overt and very obvious or very cryptic and subtle. But the messages that are sent are that you are weak, you're small, you're incapable, you're helpless. And you get mischaracterized and treated like a person that inside you know that you're not. You might be treated like that you're immature or that you're unintelligent or that you're unattractive. And they will call you things like princess, call you names. So, okay, princess, you asking for something basic and you're being called a princess, or you're being treated as if you are hard to please, that you're impossible, that you're very difficult. And it's very confusing because you don't feel like that you are these ways. And it can be very disturbing, but the messages come in all kinds of different ways, verbal ways and nonverbal ways. But abusers love to use shame because it's a way that they can break us down. And then have more control over us by really just defining who we are.
Don't they also often criticize you, your mental capacity, like say you're crazy, or you need drugs, or you need therapy, or something along those lines?
Right, saying that you're mentally ill, that you need medication, yes, that you're crazy, or that you're stupid. And like that you can't see things clearly, that they see it clearly, but you don't. It's a way of, shrinking you down, making you feel powerless, making you feel incapable, or making you feel innately broken or dirty, things that they might know about you that are very private. They will weaponize those things. And they do like to wrap, things in a seed of truth often. And so you might buy into it even because you're thinking, well, they do know me very well. They've been with me for a while. Maybe they're right about the things that they're saying.
Right. So what are the ways that shame is destructive to the person who's being targeted?
Well, essentially, it shatters your sense of self. And it also distorts your sense of self. You can't really see yourself clearly because the things that they're saying aren't true for the most part, but we will still look for truth in it because we tend to be the types that want to fix issues about ourselves and will scour ourselves and, well, maybe what they're saying is true. So it sort of sends you in the wrong direction in terms of personal growth because you're looking for something that someone else is defining. It distorts your thinking, it distorts your beliefs about yourself, and it also distorts your relationship with the rest of the world. So we think of ourselves and how we interact with the world around us. And if we believe certain things about ourselves, then that translates into our relationship with the rest of the world. But you do start to believe the hurtful things often, especially if you have had a history of childhood abuse and neglect. You'll be more likely to believe the things that you're being told about yourself. And you'll also start to aim low in relationships and in life. You'll think that you deserve mistreatment. You'll think that if someone is with you or hanging out with you, that you should just feel lucky that they're even there because you're so unlovable or unlikable, or you have so much baggage, or whatever it is that they define you as being, that you're difficult. So you'll just accept mistreatment because you feel like you deserve it.
Yeah. So what will people learn in your webinar to help them overcome these feelings of shame?
Well, we're going to learn about shame itself and what it is, how you might feel it in your body and the ways that it's going to come out in your thoughts as well, the way that you think about yourself. And we're going to talk about the sources of shame. Where does it come from? And it comes from a lot of different places. And you heard me mention childhood. So we have things that go on in childhood. We have the world around us that sends messages as well. You're also going to learn something really important, which is the truth about targets and why abusers choose particular people that they're going to target and abuse. Often we believe that the things that they've been defining us as, that we're weak, that we're difficult, that we're incapable. We think that abusers choose us because of things about us that are bad or things about us that are a liability. But actually they choose us for a whole different reason, which is the things that are good. And so that's a message I definitely like to share as frequently as possible to survivors and targets of abuse. So we're going to talk about why they chose us in the first place. And we're going to talk about how you can overcome shame in your own life. I'm going to give you a list of things, ways to look at things, stuff that you can do specifically that you can work on within yourself and with the right people, support systems that can help you to overcome shame. So then that way, as you move through life and you're healing, you're recovering, you're developing new healthy relationships, that we're not carrying this needlessly into our future.
That's so important, because people struggle after being involved with abusers, and whether it's a partner or a family member or even a boss or something like that. So it can go deep. That pain can go deep. So I'm really glad that we're approaching this topic, and it sounds like you have a lot of great information about it that will be really helpful.
I think so too. One other thing I would like to mention that we talk about is a very important thing, which is what I call countermeasures. And if you are a survivor and you're watching this right now, you know what I'm talking about. Countermeasures are the things that we do in neglectful or abusive relationships that are out of character, or they're things that we wouldn't normally do, because these situations make us have to go into survival mode. It makes us, very out of touch with what we really would like to have transpire in our lives. We're basically living in a situation that we wouldn't want for ourselves and trying to figure it out. So you do things that you wouldn't normally do. And so many people that I work with are carrying around shame over things that went on when they were being abused.
Yeah.
And so this webinar will help you with that as well.
That's terrific. I know that when I was with my sociopathic ex-husband, I definitely did some things that I later felt, ooh, that was not good.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mandy, this is wonderful, and we're looking forward to it. And I know that it's going to be so helpful for so many people.
Thanks, Donna.
Okay.